Hello, hello everyone. I know this is a sudden one, but I have been very busy and just didn't have time to announce. Let me share on social media and be be back. Hello, Davide. Hello, Speed. Hello to Portugal. Hello, Rainis. Hello to Latvia. For anybody ask, it is coffee with a lot of milk. Or maybe I should say milk with little coffee. Hello, P3NJ. Sorry about it. My eyes are not good. I don't have time to go to hospital maybe and then check my eye.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Pay Doctor. How are you?
It's Engin. Yeah. So also, Engin, I never got your payment, so I'm starting
Yes,
to think
I'm
I'm
sorry.
very frustrated because everyone on the internet is telling me that I'm supposed to be getting money and I never got it. So
Yeah. You never get it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you are the only person in this community that I promised about payment and I didn't pay, Very sorry
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Not only
Forgive
that,
me.
I want a raise for the next event because I did such a good job this event.
Yeah,
People are
I kind of
very
yeah, I kind of forget how much did I promised you to pay?
all the pay-per-view sales. Every
All
every
the
single
paper.
one. Yeah.
Oh, come on, this is probably I was drunk when I said that. Even though I don't use alcohol at all.
Oh, hey, here we got the other guys here.
Oh yeah. Daniel and Skyler.
Yeah, so I invited Daniel because I was on his podcast, and then Skylar I spent a lot of time with.
Mhm.
So I was like, I didn't know who to pick, but these were the two people that came to mind.
Your buddies, huh?
Well, what can I say except thank you very much, Henry, and obviously to you
Of course.
and Engin for inviting me here. Hello, Skyler. How you doing?
What's up? What's up, Daniel, Henry, Engen? How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, everything is good. I didn't realize that we were live. I thought we were just one-on-one with Henry, and I kind of admitted that I pay him, and I couldn't remember how much I pay him. I promised to pay him to be paid actor, and he said that I promised him to pay all of the pay-per-view revenue.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
And
of
yeah.
course, of course.
And
yeah,
Also Angan, that was the deal that you gave to them too. You get three times the pay-per-view money you were gonna give to us. So
okay, so I sell one pay-per-view and then I pay three pay-per-view money.
yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm very smart about this business. Doing very
Everyone
well.
who hates on the internet, they were right from the beginning. East versus West was a scam. This was some big, from the very beginning, this was a robbery,
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely, man.
it was very well done. Very well done.
Anyway,
It's great to see you guys again. Great to see
of course, of
friendly
course.
faces again. So
Yeah, same.
did you guys enjoy?
Oh my
Absolutely. I
gosh.
mean, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great event. I definitely think that it was some of the matches were just so good. I think it was definitely the greatest event to date, in my opinion, for sure.
Yeah. And many people share Harry's reaction. They said, Engin, I was the same way when I
Yeah.
was watching pay-per-view this day. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of
absolutely.
people say that they were like, you know, doing the exact same thing at home, just oh my God.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think
It
yeah,
was a
yeah.
like
magic moment.
maybe not
Yeah.
everybody showed that, but that's how everybody felt, you know?
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
like this. I was like round one, and Devon. We cannot say that Devon stopped Levan. It seemed like more like Levan stopped Devon, you know, because I think
Yeah,
Devon first went a little bit, you know, to the winning
he
side,
did
little
try
bit.
to surge.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I was
Devin.
like, what is happening? It's round one, you know.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
remember
Even
after
if it
that
was a
round,
stop on round one, we were expecting something here, you know, not here, but
so I
the,
we
looked
weren't
back
expecting the press.
at my previous prediction on the previous live stream, and I was exactly correct except for one part. I said if Devin ever got a stop, it would be like this.
Mhm.
So, but I had predicted that LeVan would press him, but I never thought that he would get stopped in the center and then also be able to press him after he got stopped in the center.
okay, I
So,
tried to
Not many
understand.
people
Henry,
for that.
so
you wanted Levan to
okay,
win, right,
so
Henry?
well, I had money on it, so I wanted LeVan to win. As a fan, I didn't care. The truth is, I'm not a fan of anybody. I am an arm wrestling fan who just shows up and wants to
So
see a match.
that is, you know what? That's a person permanent gain for arm wrestling.
Yeah,
Yep.
like literally, if Devin retires from arm wrestling tomorrow, I will still watch. If everybody quit arm wrestling, we saw all new athletes, I would still watch. And like, I just love the sport of arm wrestling.
Of
So
Yeah.
course.
because of that, like going into it, I'm not picking sides. I'm just like purely emotionless. I don't care who wins. I just
I
want to
care about
predict the
the
winner.
cash.
You know what I'm saying?
Cash.
That too. But yeah, so before the match, I was like, you know, I want my prediction to be correct, so I'm rooting for LeVan. I have some cash, so I also want to get LeVan. And then I was telling all the other VIPs how certain I was LeVan would win. So you even see after that match, Skylar's pointing at me like, I told you so, motherfucker. And I was like, you know, shit, Skylar looks a little bit correct, but, you know, I have to remain confident. And there was another guy in the audience, I believe, I think it's Mike. He's pointing at me like, I told you so, Henry. I told you so. But moment I saw that press, I was like, there's no chance because he could next round shoot for the same press.
Oh,
So
Things
okay.
changed very much
I was feeling
after
pretty
round
good.
one.
I was feeling
Okay.
pretty good for LeVan after that because
Okay.
the only
Daniel, those two guys from Azerbaijan, the big guys, who did they support?
they're from
Devon?
Georgia.
Yeah. I mean,
I know. Oh, they are from Georgia,
you,
but
Georgia.
you mean
they are originally
Manali?
Azerbaijan, but they
Okay,
live in
okay.
Georgia. Yeah, because that's how we speak the same language. Yeah.
Yeah, they were supporting obviously Levan, yes.
Oh, they
Assuming.
were from. Oh, okay, okay. So the center three was all Levan.
Yes.
But
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
They were rooting for every Georgian. Like every Georgian, you see them screaming and shouting.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you Daniel, who did you support?
So I mean, obviously on the paper, as many people as like Levan has everything, but you know, under the underdog and the beautiful story about it, like if Devon can make it somehow. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to support Devon. But obviously, I just on the first round, like everybody else, when stopped the match there on the center, I went crazy like all the guys, and in the end, I enjoyed the match. But yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to root for Devon because he's the underdog, and there's the beautiful story about separation and so on. But yeah, I supported Devon on the match.
And you too, right, Skyler?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fellow North American, so of course I supported Devin in the match. It's a very weird match to me. Like, if you would have told me that Devin stopped at center in round one and we could have made any bet after that, I would have bet a lot. I would have lost a lot of money, a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I was
I
so
don't
And
bet.
I was so certain.
Skylar, I'm with you too. You could see my shock in that moment. That's me
I
going,
know.
Yeah.
oh shit, I lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's me
It
thinking
was,
like
but
Skylar's gonna make so much fun of me at dinner, and it will be like
no,
that's what that
no,
reaction is. You know?
it was just a friendly bet, so it was nothing like
Yeah.
that. But I will say that the way I felt was I felt like Devon really did exert almost 100% of everything he had in that first round to get that stop. And you can see it in his face. Like, as soon as LEVAN started transitioning to the press, Devon was 100% maxed out. 100% maxed out. And you can also see after that, each round after that, LEVAN kind of changed direction just a smidgen, and it changed everything. And you can tell that once again, that LEVAN was the one that gassed Devon, which is unheard of, you know. So it was
but
just a very
that is
interesting
not
match.
like this. It is not like, because like it is not like they are close and that LEVAN has better endurance, but it is
Right.
like one guy could apply 85% while the other guy apply 100% on the first
Correct.
start and get the advantage. And then, but whenever the shoulder pressure happened, that all that pressure,
Yes.
and he resisted, I think there he got damaged. I'm not saying that bicep tear or
Yes.
something, but he's
Right.
just like, you can hold
yeah.
only 50 kilo and suddenly 70 kilo comes, and the
Yes,
50 kilo
yes.
is already there. The 50 kilo, and then somebody puts 20 kilo more on it, and then you
Yeah.
resist. Like, you understand?
Absolutely.
And then, yeah.
Well, you got LEVAN Saganishvili laying on your arm like that. It's going to take something
Yeah.
from you. And not only that, they had a 15-second war at the center of the table before that even happened. And I think that just took everything from Devon. I really do, because you can easily see that every round after that, he was not the same puller as he was that first round. That first round, he got a good setup. You could tell his strap setup was good. He got a really good bite and a really good start. It just, every round after that, it was different. But he even said himself, he still got good strap setups every round after that. It's just, LEVAN was too strong, too good.
Yeah, but like, we need to show respect to Devon. He just gave
Absolutely.
his everything.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, do you guys remember? Like, I made a video. I don't know if you guys saw, but I said in the video, basically, we're talking about LEVAN's wrist and Devon pronator, but it is actually more like Devon's wrist and LEVAN's back pressure. If you guys realize the later rounds, Devon was like, you need to really control. I'm not saying it is easy to do something, but you need to control to separate that big weight behind his hand.
Yes.
Like, if you only pull his hand, he will still put and do this. But if you just control here, if you can control, if I were Devon, I would stay at the center more height, and I would, like, I will tell you something. If somebody is putting pressure, or there is a weight that putting pressure here to sideways like this, would you try to hold, like, control it this way, or you would put some elbow joint lock behind it? You won't want to stay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he needs to do supination, he needs to do pronation, but still, like,
have a better cup.
Better cup. Also, he needs to keep here close so that he could stop the pressure. But he was kind of like this.
Yeah.
And then,
Well,
what's your take, Daniel?
Okay, Daniel, you go.
Against, someone like LEVAN with the weight and the strength, in my position, obviously, very scary to have a breakup. To broke down. But obviously, using the bone lock and so on, it's very scary. For me, for me personally, is very, very scary. That lock there.
Well, the way I look at it, I wholeheartedly believe, like the belief of the prediction model I have is that some arm wrestling matches are decided before they get to the table. I wholeheartedly think this match, there was no path for Devon to beat LEVAN on that day, because I think even in the dream scenario, which we saw in the first round, Devon got like an insane strap where if you look at LEVAN's hand, like, he's like maybe here gripping on Devon. Like, Devon got so deep and LEVAN was so shallow, which I think set for the perfect moment where Devon's wrist wouldn't crack. But we learned something interesting there. I think their side pressure is actually fairly similar. Their side pressure is not that far different. I believe that round, let's say LEVAN.
You're talking about Devon's and LEVAN's side pressure?
Devon's and LEVAN's, I don't think it's that far different.
Please.
There's a lot of drag involved too.
No.
There's a lot of drag involved.
It is not about the side pressure. LEVAN's wrist didn't handle that. That's why he couldn't go. Like, I asked him if he would go, he would lose the wrist. So that is why he couldn't. If his wrist would handle, LEVAN's side pressure is, much stronger. But the back pressure and pronator, did you guys see the photo from the top camera? If you look at their
Yes.
forearm position, their pronate wrist like equal position, but one is close and ready to apply so much pressure. The other one is only hanging back.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the during this event? What was the thing that like unforgettable for you? Like what or it doesn't have to be one thing. Like what are the things that
Well,
you couldn't
I'll,
forget?
I'll I'll tell you something that really got me that I was so happy to see, and that was Michael's match. I loved that match. I thought it was a great match. It just shows how good Frank really is,
Mhm.
and how good Frank's hand really is. And for Michael, for that to be his comeback match, and for him to fight through that and figure out ways to win in bad positions, and it was just that to me that was the match for me that really and also Samusha's match was unbelievable. That was also an unbelievable match. But I was really happy for Michael and his comeback. I was really happy to see him get that win, and it just proves that Michael has to continue working his cup and working his wrist. And if he keeps getting his hand and wrist strong, he'll be tough to beat, just like he always has been. That was the match that did it for me. That was a great one. I was very happy for Michael for him to win that day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the match of Super Frank, as I like to call him, and on Michael, it was amazing. Yeah, it was very good. Obviously, poor Frank, obviously, because I was supporting him 100%. But yeah, I really felt happy for Michael. I mean, he's a very, very good guy. Then
Yes.
from another match, I would say obviously another one that I like.
But listen, it doesn't have to be only the events.
Yeah.
Like during this trip, like everything, like before the event, after the event, anything.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
In my case, I would say the training and the experience I had with Coach Ray, Paul Ling, and Odin Larrat. So that was the big thing for me, and obviously the meeting just say the Paul Ling experience, meeting him and be there with the guys. That was the main outcome for me of the event and the whole experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a nice guy, huh?
Pauline, absolutely, and
Yeah.
and the fact
I
that
mean, if you are a good person, Pauline is good with you. If you are not a good person, Pauline is not bad with you, but he may not be close. But he is like anyone who is friendly, Pauline just shows like full friendship, That's my experience with him. Yeah. Yeah.
and absolutely, especially because we have some friends in common, that makes easy talking to him. So it was great. Yeah, absolutely.
And yours, Henry, from the reaction, I think that's the moment,
Well,
Yeah.
that was maybe my most surprised, but that was maybe not my most exciting. My favorite moment was probably, well, okay, one, I like hung out with two stray dogs in Turkey for like an hour. That was very sweet. They were like, I was so sad having to leave them. I'm like, I have to go on the train. I can't bring you with me. But the stray
What
animals,
was that? Was that you had
stray
you walk with?
dogs. So
Oh, really? They walk with you?
yeah, they spent like 30 minutes with me.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
so he became like my dog while I was in Istanbul for like a good half an
Yeah.
hour. Then I had to go on the train. I'm like, I can't bring you with me, I don't know if he's gonna, bite me or give me something. I don't know. I think they're mostly safe, but anyway. And then as of the actual event, I'll say like a weird one that it probably wasn't the most exciting for most people, but it was the moment Stoyan Golomanov and Brandon Elsesser were walking out and just like kind of feeling the weight of like, holy shit, it's starting. Because I was there for a good 8
Because
days
this is the
before that.
first match of the event.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just like feeling them walk out and feeling the energy of the room start to turn on. And I see you.
How about
And
Nugzari?
now that match as well, I remember when he came out, I said to the Georgian guys, I think Nugo did cocaine or something. He was like super energy. He was like ready to just kill it. So
No.
he needs to come back. That guy is like, I also spoke with him just
Listen,
a little
I will
bit.
tell you something. Listen, okay, no disrespect to the athletes, but this is the second time that I'm doing this podcast with the East versus West 12 VIPs. I must say that no disrespect to the athletes that I do podcast, but I enjoy talking about arm wrestling more with you guys than than with
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah.
So
I know you love
yeah,
me,
okay.
Engin. I know.
What happened is that Nuxgari, like he's such a nice guy. he's like, I know him almost 7-8 years, before the pandemic, even at the European Championships, World Championships. I remember him. He was pulling in youth category. And last year in Moldova, he won the Europeans over Krasimir and some other strong guys. And so I realized it on social media, and then he wanted me to invite him. And then we write each other. At the end, I invited him. So he promoted his match. He was so excited, like more than many others. I cannot say more than anyone, but more than many others. And I love that passion, like the passion that right now we are sharing, that I think is more fun to talk with you guys, because right now we are not trying to promote event or something, event finish and everything. We just enjoy, talking about arm wrestling. And so this guy had the same passion about competing. So these kind of guys really excite me. I know also Petro Marharin is the first time, I was already feeling sad that like one of these guys will lose. The first time they are coming, and they both are incredible. And then when Nuxgari and he lost, he went and sit, in the auditorium. So he was at the other side. So I walked and I went to him and I said, "You will be invited again." So he didn't, because he doesn't speak English. Yeah, later he asked to Roman, like, did Engin tell me this, or I misunderstood? And Roman asked me. I said, yes, this is exactly what I told him, because it is better to say this thing as soon as possible. You don't want their mood to go down.
Yeah, because he's sitting like,
oh,
I lost.
When everything is fresh, that's the time you need to tell him this, so that he wouldn't have that down feeling. So yeah, if you guys remember, I did the same thing with Denis Tsiplenko after he lost to Devon. Right at the stage, I told him like very positive things. So some things needs to be done when persons, like, the perception is still open. You understand? At that moment, anything can happen. So Henry, to answer you, yes, he will be invited.
Well, that's good. I have a funny story about him, actually. We were at the at the banquet with the console games. Anyway, I'm with one of the Georgian guys, and I'm using him as my translator to talk to Nugo. And I was saying to Nugo, like, you seem like such a fun guy. I'm gonna be rooting for you. I told him I saw like the video of him curling like 130 kilos. And there's people writing in the comments, oh, well, he's cheating. I'm like, dude, he fucking moved 130 kilograms with his arms. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you're doing like the craziest cheat curl. He's still moving it. And he told me, he goes, I curled 150 kilos in like the same way just before this. And I told him, like, I'm rooting for you. You seem like a cool guy, whatever. And he just went like this and then gave me a hug. So he is like the nicest dude on the planet.
Yes,
so
yes.
I am Nugo's #1 fan, maybe only behind Engin.
Yeah.
So very cool guy, and very
and
good athlete,
he has the fire, like there are some guys that you don't need to, like, I many times try to hype the events, like whenever I invite, and I try to stir the pot and something. With this guy, you don't need to do that. With Gennady, you don't need to do that, because their nature. You remember at the press conference, like, if I didn't tell Gennady, I barely stop him, because he would never give the microphone to Levan or anyone else, because he had a personal problem with Devon. He wants to pull and beat him again. So Gennady is, when Gennady and Devon pulls next time, trust me, the atmosphere will be very near to this match, because they have an unfinished business,
I can't really tell or say this about Nugo because I don't really know him, but I really felt obviously that he looks like a very, very charismatic guy. And during the match, when he screamed to his opponent, like, no, during the match, it was a very, very funny moment. And from the event and so on, from the press conference and the whole experience, I take with me 2 moments: Fia Racek and Nugo, from the spontaneity of
okay. Nuxgari did that when Marharin pin his hand, like during the setup.
And then
right. And he came like, he's like, no. I know.
That was great. That was a great moment.
And Skyler, so what is your favorite moment? Because you talk only about arm wrestling.
Oh my gosh, Engen, there was so much. To be honest with you, the only word that comes to mind for me is just the camaraderie of everybody, just being there with everybody and everybody being so nice. And just the camaraderie is the only word that comes to mind, other than, what happened at the event. The press conference was great. Everything was great the entire time. It was just. It was great. Everything that's the only word that you can put on it is great. It was a great event. Everything pre-event was great. During the event, post-event, everything about it was great. You can't ask for anything more. And camaraderie
Yeah.
and friendships, the friendships that I made, that's a big part of it for me. I think that's the best part of it. Yeah.
Here we
The
are.
press conference was. I got very emotional when Svitlana Pushkar.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Me
They didn't
too.
tell me. She told to Neil Pickup, but she didn't tell me anything. She wanted a surprise.
Right.
And then when she came to the stage, like I barely held
Oh, she
myself
shook the whole room up.
not to cry.
Yeah, she shook the entire room up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was telling to Skylar after that, I was like, I think there was a lot of people cutting onions right then, because I'm sitting in the background just like, oh, I don't care, and then there's just one little, oh, it doesn't matter. I think everybody was crying a little bit in that moment for sure, even if you are not a big fan and you didn't know whatever. It was even my dad was like, I don't even know who they're talking about, and he was like tearing up a little bit. So yeah, it was a very sweet moment.
It was. You can feel it on the event. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was incredible. Yeah. That kid, the VIP. What did he ask to Levan? He said, "Is he gonna need oxygen
Oxygen.
tank or something?"
Yeah. And he asked how his
about the
wrist
press
was.
conference, right? During the press conference.
Yeah.
No, not press
Yes.
conference. Rule meeting.
Yep.
Yeah.
See,
Yep.
now I was actually friends with him because like me and him were chatting in the lobby. I learned he's only been fan for 2 months. And in those 2 months, he already knew I need to get the VIP. I have to go to this event. So that was really great to see that someone in such a short a period of time sees our sport and then falls in love almost immediately. So I was speaking with him, and I could tell he maybe isn't the most knowledgeable fan, but he had the most fun out of anybody in that room. So that was very nice to
Yes,
see.
he did. Very young and has a bright future as well, because he likes to pull. You can tell that he wants to be an arm wrestler, and he's very young. So it's a very good start time for him as well. Yeah, I thought he was great.
I tell you what, seriously, talking about arm wrestling with you guys is great. I'm repeating this all the time, but because I kind of see my passion being matched, and then that's why I enjoy it.
We enjoy it as much as you do, Ingen. Trust me.
Yeah, that's why I enjoy. Yeah,
it's amazing. I mean, having these events, and you don't really picture it until you are there. What is walk among you guys with the athletes and so on, and then obviously meeting all these new people. I mean, here we are with Henry, with Skylar. Unless if you don't go, you don't know what will happen. So it's I will never imagine that after the East vs West 12, I will be here and making new friends. So it's something really unique about this sport. And obviously, I suppose that at some point, if the sport keeps growing up and everything, at some point this circuit, perhaps with the others and so on, will eventually change. But at the moment, we have to enjoy it and take the chance, because this is unique.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if you're at home and you're on the fence, go.
Yeah,
if you're even thinking about it, maybe I want to go to East vs West. Maybe if it's go, 100%.
Guys. Orlando event. The Orlando event is the first East versus West in North America, and I will explain. I had 3 reasons. One of them, all the time North American athletes have to travel to Istanbul, while the Eastern guys are closer. Some of them even 1.5 hours from Georgia, but Kazakhs fly 5 hours, but nobody flies except also the Australia. But majority of the Western athletes are coming from US and Canada. So I thought that it would be fair this time is to go to West. And that was the first reason. The second reason, the North America fans, they always supported me. and they have been asking, like we are kind of like not upset, but we want to also join and come to the event. Why not doing it? No, I told them I want to do that, but my capabilities in Istanbul because I'm from here. So to go another country, so that's why I talked with Chen Shou. Chen Shou, by the way, very good guy, smart guy, new generation arm wrestling representative. The guy is like the new generation, but super smart and very knowledgeable about arm wrestling. So also very good guy. And the third reason is that I always say North America is the motherland of the modern arm wrestling.
Mhm.
Like arm wrestling is like 3,000 years of sport, but the modern arm wrestling homeland is North America. All those techniques that we know today, these are Americans invented, and they teach to the rest of the world. Just tell me a Russian arm wrestling legend from 1980. Can you? No.
I can't.
No.
But I can count you
Maybe
American
Denis
legends.
Saplankov was alive at the time, so he would go on to be an arm wrestling legend.
Yeah, but he was not arm wrestling. So what I just
Yes.
tried to say that just think about it. Johnny Walker, John Bursdink, Dave Patton, Cobra, Richard Lapkus, Gary Goodrich, and all
Yeah.
those guys. I can count you, Bert Whitfield, many George Gibbons and many guys I can tell you. So North America deserves this. And another thing that very important, North Americans, they didn't compete the Waffles and Europeans. So they stayed in by themselves. So, but trust me, to success, the key for the success is the competition. When
Yeah.
all these guys from East every year they compete, WAF, Europeans, they go compete, go home, what they learn, and then they do homework, come back again, So that made the level higher. So my intention is to involve as many as American possible to just increase to a level of the American arm wrestling so that that things will be much better, because American arm wrestlers are very good arm wrestlers, but they need more competition. You cannot really get better without that highest level experience.
Wait, so Engen, I have a
Correct.
question.
Mhm.
There's someone in the
Mhm.
chat calling me out for a match. So I think at the next East vs. West, me and Bold N3, should be the opening. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry Flashpins Engin. I don't think you guys are ready for it. Yeah, that's right.
Somebody said I would be shocked by my own power. Like I would win and then I would be surprised.
I mean, you are shocked of your own reaction. So
Anyway,
yeah.
I was also gonna say, Engen, actually I just completely blanked. Never mind. I had something I was gonna say, but I forgot.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. Yeah,
I bet,
but you go ahead, Daniel.
no, I bet that the event in the States is going to be. I mean, if we think that now the East vs. West 12 event, it was full of people. I think wait for the United States event. I think
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
oof.
That's going to be some energy.
Okay, I actually
Yeah.
just remembered. Engen, if Jerry is ready to compete in Orlando, we need him. We need the full American team. Jerry is the best arm wrestler in America, and we don't have him competing there, so we need him.
Okay. Just now, let's listen. Do you realize that very, 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 very small possibility a Georgian to get visa and almost impossible a Russian to get visa?
I did
And
not know
still
that.
very hard for a Kazakh to get visa. So there are two Kazakh athletes. They already applied for visa, waiting for the how do you say interview? What do you say in the embassy? So, but there are some other people. Yeah, I'm trying to make everything possible, but I don't think Vitaly Laletin can get visa and apply to there. And just think about this: Jerry is pulling Vitaly 5 weeks before, and
Yep.
we cannot say that it will be an easy match. We don't know what their condition will be, and I don't think that it will be very hard to tell someone to get visa and then cancel his match. You understand? So trust me, I
I
can
see what
tell
you
you
mean.
about it. Like 30 minutes I can tell you, but I have been already working on it. So just trust me, I'm doing my best. And hopefully,
So
yeah, Jerry
it's
also
just
wants it.
difficult to set up, but if it will work, you will make it happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
But
if that
already,
happens, we truly have every single elite North American. Like he's the only guy missing. Like without him, this is like the superstar best ever North American team that you could have put together. It's really
you're
just
right, you're right. Yeah, but
every
from other
Yes.
side,
every guy.
I need to make East versus West 13 also good. Did you guys see?
Yeah.
I partially shared. It looks good, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's a very good card.
Yeah.
Very good.
I have
That
already
Jerry-
begun making the keys for that event, so I already have some predictions. Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
that
That's
Jerry
cool.
Vitale match is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Jerry is that's going to be he's going to be a tough guy to beat that day for Vitale. That's arch nemesis style.
Okay, I'm glad
Okay.
that you say that because some people are acting like Vitali will definitely win. I think Jerry is the favorite in this match. Genuinely, I think
If Jerry gets his wedge in, he's going to be very difficult to beat.
if he
with the
gets
top
to
rope.
straps, I think there's almost no shot for Vitali unless
Did
he can
you guys
get
watch
him off
the Did
center
you
right
guys
away.
watch the interview with Hermes and Levan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
did you guys hear what Levan and Hermes said that if they try to go outside and if Jerry position, it will be very hard even for them to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Levan
Levan
like
said
when
that he has to
when
win
he gets in his
fast.
spot.
He needs to win fast. Levan said. So the
Yeah.
part that I don't understand that when the opponents are taking this seriously. See, I'm not saying Hermes still believes himself that he can win easy against Jerry, and Jerry wants Hermes, but
Oh yeah.
Hermes doesn't trust his top rope for that. He trusts that, like he trusts his like little bit supinated like side dragging, Yeah, but with
He's-
top rope, everyone is in trouble.
Yeah. Hermes arm wrestled Jerry about as perfect as anybody could arm wrestle him. The first match they had. That was it doesn't get any better than that. Hermes displayed a very, very, very it was oh my gosh. I mean he
smart
just
strategy.
the perfect angle. Hermes hit the perfect angle every time. Just
Yeah,
to knock
but
him out of his shoulder.
Jerry says that he lost because he was ill and he wants to
Yeah.
pull him in Florida. See, Jerry is not bullshitting. When I say he's not bullshitting, I'm not saying Jerry will beat Hermes, but Jerry is actually ready to pull Hermes. He said,
Yeah.
He said
to
he's
me."
ready to pull LEVAN. Did you see that on that podcast? He said
Yeah.
if you would replace Vitali, he's ready to go against LEVAN. I don't know if that's true, but he's feeling good right now.
No, I mean, if I set him with Levan, he's not gonna say no.
Yeah.
I don't think that Jerry also wanted me to set him with DEVON. So the only thing that Jerry doesn't want to do, Jerry doesn't want to pull anyone really rank behind him. He wants to go for like golden shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people
Which he
forget he beat Gennady and he beat Georgi. For some reason, people ignore those wins and they go, "Oh,
Yeah, they
Jerry's
asked me
not
like,
that
how
good."
is rank? How is Jerry ranked here? Like, why
It's
do
like
you think
he beat
Gennady?
very
and
and he was the champion before Hermes beat him. Like people forget
he beat
he was the
Gennady
champion.
and Georgia, Swetkov. Like, I mean, these guys are anyone who's underestimating Gennady and Georgi, they are mistaken. By the way, Georgi is fine. He's getting better and better.
Yeah.
But
Good.
he says that Engin, this wasn't my best, and I believe him. Yeah, because he
I
was
could see
using
that.
antibiotic. Yeah. And I
The
asked him,
moment he
like,
came out,
he was
the moment he came out, I said to the Georgia next I go, he's gonna lose. Like I could feel his energy when he came out. He felt
I did too.
like a soda without any carbonation. Like he just had
Yeah.
it was literally like he just wasn't ready, and I could feel like he knew he wasn't at his best and he probably wasn't gonna win. And you could see in the way he pulls, he just went like he couldn't lean and put top roll because his left foot, he can't put any weight on it. So he just kind of went there and just tried to do his best he can. And I honestly think he did a really good job. I leave that match thinking good about Georgi. Given everything he had go on, he did an okay job.
He was very brave because he could just pull out saying, listen, I have a serious injury, which he had, and he was ignoring for
this
2
is what
weeks
I
or so,
wanted him
and then
to
he
do
went
it.
and pulled. Yeah.
I thought that he only bent his ankle, like there's something happened. Like,
Just
how is
twisted
it?
it.
Tweak, his ankle.
Yeah.
And like I was thinking only this. But later he told me that he was using antibiotic. He said that he injured his ankle when before did you guys know that 1 week before the event he
Yeah.
competed Bulgarian
Yes.
Nation? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I was like, why you do that? He said, like, Engin, I cannot rest a long time. You know, this is what I need to do. But what later he told me that he had to rest and not go to Bulgarian nationals, and then his ankle would be fine. You know, so kind of he said that, Engin, I made the wrong decision and this, but everything is. I ask him every day how is he doing, but he's getting better. Yeah.
On Wednesday
Yeah,
evening, we were having a dinner all together, and we were talking about it because I was looking at his feet, and I was literally flipping out when he was telling us that he had the injury, that the doctor told him that he's crazy, that he should have an MRI. I was not competing. I still go there and still went there to compete. That was very brave. And
Very brave.
yeah, and he, yeah, I mean, impressive. I mean, hats off for doing that. To be honest.
I think that, but
I
I still
agree.
think that he should have told me like that he doesn't
Yes.
feel good, and then because he was, if you guys saw it, he was all the time walking. You know, I see him on
Yeah.
the
Yes.
hallway in the hotel. He was just walking around, you know, like hanging out, you know. And I
But-
was like, okay, if the guy is walking, you
It
know,
wa-
I thought,
It wasn't in his mindset. It wasn't in his nature. I mean, it's like if I call to say I cannot pull, he will regret himself for not being there, for not being in the EvW12 in such historical event. So he
Yeah.
said, probably he said like, let's go, and if I die, I die with honor. Let's just say. But yeah,
Yeah.
his foot was looking terrible.
Oh, it was bad.
Thursday morning. It was scary.
I
Yeah,
honestly
it
think we
was.
should see a rematch of Alex versus Georgi. I would love to see that just run back
Yeah.
at the next one.
I think it's a completely different match.
Mhm.
If Georgi is the same Georgi that pulled Devon in December, I guess it was. I think it's a completely different match. I really do.
yeah. But do you guys remember at the press conference, Georgi said that he would still beat Morozov if his stomach was okay.
Yes, I
You guys
believe
remember?
that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if now if Kurdesha says that he would still beat Georgi even if his ankle was okay, so I think that it's fair enough, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I understand from a ranking perspective, we have to look at the match result and then set the next match based on the match result. That being said, as a fan with my biased opinion, I 100% think on that day, I think Georgi probably 3-0s Alex if he's able to like lean and actually do his top roll. But
Yeah.
I can't say I know that. I just think that. So you have to follow what actually happened. So, you know, Georgi, but definitely don't, I would say on his next match, don't give him someone way worse thinking, oh, he lost. I think he deserves another match on that same
Yeah.
level, you know?
I mean,
Oh,
maybe
you mean, yeah, listen, those guys just like for me, where they rank on the paper and where they rank in my head are like not the same, you know. Georgi is
Yeah.
up there, you know. Georgi can
Yeah.
pull with Hermes, with anyone up there, you know. And
in my opinion, I think Georgi is number 3 in the world.
oh, you think he would beat Alex and Hermes?
Yeah, I think he would beat everybody except for Devon and LEVAN. That's it. I think he beats everybody. Like
Yeah.
a good shape without a busted up foot, and he's not sick and any of the stuff. Like when he's in good shape.
We still
I
can't
think-
discredit Alex yet.
Yeah,
Because
we
Alex,
cannot.
Yeah,
I
to
mean,
be fair, maybe Alex is really, really, really good. That's completely possible. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we can't.
I mean,
Alex
I don't
is
think
not
it was
maybe.
0, but maybe 2 rounds for Alex for sure. I mean, he was looking huge. You saw him in the van. He's more prepared than before.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe.
I'm
not
very
an
curious
easy
about
cookie.
Alex's next match. Very curious to see that one because I think that he might be better than what we all think, even though
Absolutely.
Georgi was hurt.
Yeah, and then what do you guys think about the King of the Table is coming? If we start just say from Pauline versus Lachlan match.
Oh, I love that match. Oh my gosh, I love that match. I feel like that match is so close. I like Paul. I do think Paul might, and it could be a 50-50 match, but I give Paul the slight edge. But I love that match. That is such a good match, in my opinion. Very good match. I expect that to be a war for sure. I expect that to look very similar to Crosby and Lachlan. Very similar to that match, which was an awesome match.
That was.
What was sorry for interrupting you before, Skylar. My
No,
apologies.
you're good. You're good.
What was the shoulder the injury shoulder of Paul? It was right or left?
Ooh, I never even heard about this.
Yeah, he had an issue with one of the shoulders. I mean, obviously I think he's pulling with his obviously healthy side, but yeah, he had a lot of problems with his shoulder that he was only able to sleep in one of his sides in certain positions and so on. Yeah, he was going through.
I never heard about that. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I know he has some injury, you know, but I don't know how serious it is. He has been treated. Yeah.
But anyway, I will vote for, just to make it short, I think I will vote for Paul. I'm going to give him a vote.
Yeah.
All right. I think Lachlan is going to run straight through Paul. Pretty sure. I think there's a chance Paul Lynn might stop him, but every analytic I look at, there's I would say very little reason to think Paul will win, but that doesn't mean that he can't. But I would say Lachlan is like a 85 to 15 favorite. It's pretty one-sided. Paul should win.
But you know, Paul Lynn is the explosive one. If somebody stops somebody, it may be Lachlan stopping Paul Lynn, because Paul Lynn, whenever, even if you remember one round, you know, Irakli went here. Of course, he stopped him, but he beat him, but he still took him here. You know, like Paul Lynn's start, you know, is
Lachlan's
very
not
effective.
very fast. Lachlan's
I think Lachlan's faster than you guys give him credit for. I'm not saying he's not like an explosive guy, but I think
I'm not saying Lachlan's slow. I'm just saying Paul is faster. This is what I try to say. You know, Paul is very, very.
The way I see it is right on the go. Maybe Lachlan like this. He kind of catches him and then kind of.
See that I understand. The catches I understand, but I don't think that like. I don't see a easy match. I see
no.
a very
Either
tough
way,
match.
I see it. Yeah, me too.
And then
I'll talk to you about that, Skylar.
What do you guys think that the possibility of Schoolboy and Ryan Bowen?
I think that would be a super cool match. I think that's a super cool match.
How much has Ryan? That's a very good question. But I would say I would vote for Alex. Let's say, but in the world, like we say the other day, world of Nostradamus and so on. We'll see how much has improved Ryan. I would say Alex.
Yeah.
See, with this one, this is interesting. So I had seen someone comment after hearing about this match. It said, you know, Schoolboy keeps going up against harder and harder opponents. And I was like, am I crazy? But I feel like Leonidas is way better than Ryan. Like, I think Leonidas would run through Ryan.
Leonidas
100%.
is very, very strong. I mean, he's 6 strong, you know, very strong. I don't think that this is I don't think this is a higher level match, but of course, you know, it is still a dangerous match, but I don't think that Leonidas is in, like, right now he's on different path. I think he's very serious. I talked with his trainer. He is not planning exhibition matches. He's not planning show matches. The guy is serious about arm wrestling. So that's all I will say. I'm not going to go into details, but yeah.
Well, after the last match, I totally expect that, because that was extremely impressive on his part. Extremely impressive.
Absolutely.
If that match were to happen, this is one where I would not give an official prediction on it, just because I'm not, like, there's so many random factors and I have no clue. But I would think Schoolboy would have to be the favorite. I think this is definitely a much easier match than Leonidas, in my opinion. I think Leonidas would 6-0 Ryan. And Schoolboy and Leonidas was a close match. That was like, I think it was, I want to say 3-2, or was it 3-1? 3-2 or 3-1?
Yeah,
3-2.
And on top of that, I think Schoolboy had a round kind of taken from him on some minor calls. So that was a really, really, really tight match. And I just don't like I actually think Ryan and Larry is a really cool match. But Leonidas is way better than Larry, and Schoolboy is pretty damn close to Leonidas. So I think Schoolboy would take that pretty easily. But, you know, it's definitely a match I want to see, because I don't know.
I remember the first round. Do you remember, guys, when it was asleep and Schoolboy just hit the table, how hard it sounded? That we were like, gosh, he's going to run through it. He's going to murder Leonidas. And then it wasn't. I think it was one of the matches that changed, that surprised us, many of us the most. that match. It was beautiful match.
I'll tell you, it didn't surprise me that much because the first podcast we had, I remember us talking about this match, and I said that Leonidas is very sticky, and if he starts stopping Schoolboy, there could be an issue, and that's exactly what happened.
This. I remember talking to you before the event, and you said this exact same thing. Now, I actually have a funny story about this match. You guys mind if I talk for like 2 minutes?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was speaking with my friend, my good buddy, who I met selling him like East vs. West trading cards, and we just started talking, and now we're like great friends. We were talking about this match like the moment it got announced, and me and him were only speaking to each other about this. We hadn't seen what everyone else thought. And when we were talking to each other, we were saying, oh yeah, I think Leonidas is going to win. He's got to be the favorite. We were both pretty confident about Leonidas. But then both of us got outside of our bubble and everyone's saying, oh yeah, Schoolboy 100%. And we were like, wait, what? Like me and him talking to each other, we were both like pretty good at convincing each other like Leonidas is the favorite. But then the moment I got out of my bubble, all of a sudden at like 95% of people, oh yeah, Schoolboy's going to win. I was just like, Before that match, I was like, I would say probably 60% on Leonidas, but like I thought it was a very split, very close match. I believe I even said that on the podcast. I'm not just talking out of my butt, but that was a terrific match.
There is a question Andre is asking. Engin, how long before people are no longer considered new? Leonidas has been arm wrestling for 5 years. My friend, there are many people has been arm wrestling for 30 years, but like being fully committed arm wrestler is different than, like time to time, you just do many other things and time to time you arm wrestle. Those are different things. Right now, the guy is very, very focused on arm wrestling, and he was really happy. He was very happy.
Yes,
yeah,
you could see that. Yeah.
It feels good when everyone tells you got no chance and you win.
And from now on, he will get better and better and better. Yeah. Anyways, guys, so let's talk some other matches as well. And for example, this is very, very serious match. Very serious match. This Sblano versus Revas. This match, very serious match. Both of these, like, I will really, like, two giants in my head. But, there are sometimes, like, one guy needs to lose. I don't know why. About this match, I will feel sorry for the one who loses. I don't have that. Huh?
I'm so with you on that. I cannot figure this one out. This one has got me so baffled. Oh my gosh, this is such a good match. Absolutely.
Yeah. I make no comments about this one neither. I mean,
I have to think that Ravaz maybe
will be
has
explosive. He will be explosive.
Yeah,
he will probably position better, but he needs to do that 4 rounds.
Yeah,
and we know that 2 matches that Sblano had at the East versus West, he won both matches from 2-0. He come back and beat the guys 3-2.
He is very versatile. He's a very versatile arm wrestler. And, I didn't know much about him until the last couple East versus West that he's pulled, and he impressed the hell out of me. I mean, he is a great puller. He has so much heart. He doesn't give up, and he just keeps fighting until he finds that angle to where he pulls out the victory, and that's what I could see happening. I could see Ravaz getting the first couple, and then he finally finds a lane to get the stop, and it goes from there. But I don't know, that's a very close match in my opinion. Very close match. But if it does stop, if Dizranov, or however you say his last name, if he stops it, it's probably going to go his way, because he's very, very versatile. Very versatile arm wrestler.
Yeah. And you guys?
Do you want to go, Daniel?
Really not making comments. I mean, because Skyler most of it say everything. I mean, it's gonna be a tough match, and it could be like a potential war. But maybe we could be wrong. Maybe we go the match and we see Rivas, for example, running through him, or vice versa. So,
right. Daniel, did I tell you that I like your T-shirt?
Oh, really? I think it's pretty familiar.
Oh, okay.
I have a very nice memory with this one. Yeah.
And Henry, how do you see that?
So again, remember on Frank versus Michael Todd, I was like, I am 99% sure Michael Todd will win this one. I will put forth another arrogant prediction, and I'll see if I'm right. Revaz is going to run him over 6-0 really fast. I think there's I've analyzed tons and tons and tons of footage. Zonarov, I've never seen him press once on left or right hand, and I see almost no way he's going to keep his wrist against Revaz. This is a total mismatch. Revaz is going to run him over really fast. That's my bold prediction.
Well done, brother. Well done.
But yeah, I've looked at a lot of video of Revaz, and I've looked at a lot of video of Zonarov. I would see almost no way Zonarov can initiate the hook against Revaz. His arm is way too long.
He doesn't have to do that. Did you know that this guy with left arm beat Vitaly Lalatin in WoW?
Like how long ago was that? Is that recent?
Yeah, I mean when Vitaly Lalatin was world champion.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, yeah, but
so what I'm just saying that
different.
nobody is the same from that time to this time. Trust me.
Yes.
Like I can tell you detailed way, but nobody is the same. So what I'm just saying that when Lalatin was world champion, this guy with left arm, I remember him beating. I'm not saying that he can beat him now or something, but trust me, like Sblano is not someone to be underestimated.
My prediction is it's largely rooted in my belief of Revaz being really good. I think Revaz is top 5 today. I even Googled part of my research for this match was Googling how long it takes to recover from a finger break. Like I even looked that up. You guys know it's 6
that's
weeks.
good. That's good.
So
that's good. Yeah, but you are just looking to like not like pure arm wrestling point, you know, like how long the finger. Yeah, I understand that's important as well. But did you know that this guy in 110 kilo, they both were right now? The Sblano is 130 kilo.
Yeah,
but
he's
when
got
this guy
big...
this guy was 110 kilo, did you know that right and left he beat Ivan Matushenko at the Waffles?
I believe it. He's really good.
Yeah, he beat Ivan Matushenko when he was 110 kilo. Right now, this guy is 130 kilo. I'm not saying this Sblano will win. It may go the way that you say, but if it goes a different way, I will not be surprised. I know you like to be extreme, you know. Yeah. Like your predictions are as I don't know sharp as this.
Yeah, and that's why I have that reaction, because everything goes my way, but the moment it doesn't, I'm like, what the hell? You know, it's like I'm certain like LEVAN's gonna kill him. And then whenever it looks like not the way I thought it would be, I'm shocked. But that event, you didn't see too many reactions like that because everything went my way, except for Alijan versus Hermes. I had that reaction because it went my exact way. I predicted one-sided match for Alijan. But I was surprised in the nature. You know what I'm saying?
But like you don't react. They are in hook, and then 3-4 seconds later you react. Why is that?
I'll explain why. So
so
from my angle, Alijan, I can't even see what is happening on his face. So I thought it was like a fight. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized, I go, holy shit, Alijan's talking to him. You know what I'm saying? So at first I see that, and then I'm like, okay, you know, Hermes stop the match. I'm like focusing, and then I don't really have a good angle on it, but then I can kind of see that like his lips are moving, and I was like, he's talking to him. Like, you know, I talked to Skylar after that match. Skylar was like more shocked than me. He was like, dude, I thought he might win, but I did not see it happening like that, you know? So
no, that was very unpredictable.
I mean, definitely your system, the 13 keys and so far, has been proved that it's working, my friend. But this is the magic of the sport. Sometimes you can be very surprised and see things.
There's this guy saying he's shocked by his bad predictions. My guy, I went 5 for 5 and I predicted the same as last time LEVAN match. So I don't know what bad predictions you're talking about. They're missing from that event, but my predictions are very good. I don't know what this guy's saying. But anyway,
so far they are, mate.
I bet he before the match said that Devon's gonna sweep him. I bet.
Yeah, let me ask. I asked you, Alijan, by message if he sees the message. I just asked him, you know, what he said to Hermes during the match.
Yes. Somebody asked me. He goes, Henry, what did he say? I'm like, dude, I can't hear. You know, that room is exploding. You think I could hear what Alijan is saying to Hermes? Like,
I bet he said, "I got some handles for you after this pin."
Oh
Boom.
yeah. Oh yeah. The handle moment. Oh my gosh.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm actually wait. So I thought that was like him just kind of making a playful joke, but I think a lot of people took that very wrong and don't like Alijan.
Oh,
I don't
do you
think
know
he
what?
had bad
Well,
intentions.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I think he started to sell equipment, arm wrestling equipment. Just follow his Instagram.
Yeah.
You will see it. I think he just gave a gift. I think, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just as innocent as I just said now.
Yes.
But we will see. You know, I don't know.
I think it was both. I mean, I think he was obviously
Yes.
trying to sell his handles, do some promotion,
Yeah.
and maybe trying to mock a little bit on Hermes as well. But yeah, I
Yes.
remember standing there next to Urchi, and when the guy with the handles came in and so on, we were like, right, this is going
Yeah.
to be not appropriate, and you could tell that Hermes was fuming at that moment, like he was like,
Yes.
Yeah,
the
he was
hell,
not happy.
no,
Yeah,
not
he
at
was
all,
not happy.
not at all.
I agree with Daniel 100%. I think it was a little bit of both because I think Hermes banter before the match, you know, he was obviously talking. He said he's too big. He said there's no way Alijan can do anything with me. You know,
I saw them. I saw them when like Hermes went off and say, call him, call him. I saw the guy,
Yeah.
the gentleman, smiling while we're picking up the handles, and I was like, right, there we go. So
yeah.
absolutely.
You could tell that it was a little bit of both. Like, here, I'm gonna make you learn some inside arm wrestling, and I'm also gonna banter with you a little bit since you did it with me.
Now
I
I'm
thought
actually
that Hermes was
wait,
going to
there you go.
react far more worse than he did. Literally. I thought that he was going to react very bad at the moment, but obviously with the cameras and so on. But I remember looking at him and saying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
so
now,
let's talk. Let's
do you
talk
mind if
about
I ask
the.
a question again, just real fast?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hey,
in that
listen.
first
By
round,
the way, I just sent you your paid actor money. Did you receive by
yes,
PayPal?
yeah,
You did just check it?
$20,000,
How
20,000,
many?
right?
How many?
$20,000, right? 20.
$20,000 is just only
Yes.
like 3% of it. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
But
That's a great
yeah,
start to your acting career, Henry.
yeah, I think on the next live stream I'll change my name from like Henry to like, you know, Hollywood actor or something. Anyway, but if you look in that first round of Alijan versus Hermes, Hermes fires back pressure at like 100%, and you can see Alijan's wrist goes like this. It a little bit fell back. I want to like bet the house on this prediction. Vitali would run over Alijan because of this. Because I think if they were to
but
get a match,
you're talking about without the strap.
with and without, I think Vitali, like,
You are saying
I'm almost certain.
Hermes lost, Alijan lost his wrist?
With the strap, like if you watch it back, watch it like very closely, his wrist goes like this, just a little bit, and then he
but then after that he hits and then curls his wrist.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think Vitali would get all the way out of that, is my point.
Alijan is a problem in the strap for anybody.
He's a problem. Yeah. He is
inside that strap.
problem.
He's
I'll
a
talk to you
problem
about
for
that,
anybody
Skylar.
on the planet. Yeah, I'll
But,
tell you what. I mean, I was on the Hermes train. You know, I thought Hermes was going to win the match, so I'm just elated about it. I can't believe it. But
yeah,
I wasn't
after
so
seeing
sure,
that, I wasn't either. But after seeing that, you know, I mean, if it goes to a strap with him, I don't know if anybody can beat him that's across from him.
I mean, I can say that Vitali's hand probably stronger than Hermes's.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm still not sure if his arm is stronger than Hermes's, even with left. I don't know.
I see the match being closer, but I still see Alijan winning, probably 3-1, 3-2.
there's this very frustrating like square in left-handed arm wrestling with Ivan, Morozov, Leletin, and Alijan. We need to figure out.
Kamil is also there.
And Camille maybe, but and maybe even Tobias, because Tobias and Camille was like a 51-49 match. That was very close.
Yeah.
So like we need to get that ironed out in the next like 6 months to know who the actual
I think it was a very bad matchup. Like for any guy who is going outside, that risk pressure is not good.
Yeah.
There is one guy is asking, Engin, I'm from Pakistan. How can I join East versus West? I mean, if you want to watch it, it is open to everyone. You just need to travel and come. If you want to compete, you need to win a qualification. In Asia, the only qualification we had Philippines, but I'm planning to do in some other countries as well. But you can compete in other one in Europe or something if you have chance to travel, or you can win Asian, European, or World Championships in WAF, and then you can also be qualified for the final qualification. Yeah. I think there are very good matches. Yeah. Go ahead, Daniel. Sorry.
A quick comment about the match between Camille and Tobias. Guys, do you remember the atmosphere during the match? That was a moment that nobody
That was
noticed.
incredible.
It was super tense. That was the match by far. I was the most tense of all. The most tense of all. I mean, you could feel the atmosphere. That was a moment that nobody was talking at all. It was so close. It was so close, and I was really nervous.
Everyone realizes it's one here or here. Like everyone understands how fast that match is going to go.
Well,
Tobias will flash spin him, or he will flash spin him.
And to be honest, I'm going to say this in favor of Camille. I was very nervous for him, and you know when he had the issues with the setup, the false starts, and so on. Like I was watching him very closely, more or less. Well, from there, you know, and I saw him like getting nervous, like getting insecure, and seeing him like overcoming his stops and everything, adapt and get better and go for it, to me was beautiful, and I was very happy for him. It was very, very close match, and also hope it could be a potential rematch in future, because it was a beautiful match. And for Kamil Jablonski, if you're watching this, mate, I am 100% happy for you, because you got the victory, and obviously you got you beat yourself here when I felt that you were nervous and hesitating about yourself and everything. He overcome that. He got ready, focused, and he did the job. So congratulations, Camille.
Camille's also really nice guy. Anybody who hasn't met him, I can vouch for him. Super cool guy, very kind. Talked to me for like probably 30 minutes about his training and what he's doing differently this time and why he lost to Ivan Matyushenko. Just very, very interesting guy, very thoughtful guy, very funny guy.
All right, one last comment about Camille's personality. One of the things that he impressed me the most is, like, I met him in the East West 10, but then later on he told me that he reminded me from the UK, not from the event. He actually reminded me from the UK when he was here. He actually recognized me, so I was like,
"That's cool,
right, man, incredible."
That's cool, Daniel.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all.
Yeah, I used to have very good memory as well, but right now when you focus, you know how it is computer. From one side you put new, and then from other side it is deleting, erasing, you know, the knowledge. Okay, let's go. Morozov versus Ivan Matyushenko.
Whoa, do you have a coin?
Yeah.
I have something even better than a coin, Daniel.
All right, go for it for the 13 keys, brother.
So this match, I'm admitting that I cannot make a confident prediction on. That being said, this is pretty confidently in the Morozov camp. That being another thing, though, so Morozov, this was supposed to be against Alijan, and Morozov said he's not ready for Alijan. So because of that, in my eyes, assuming if he wins this match, I do not want to see Ivan versus Alijan. If then that match would not be interesting. But if Ivan wins this match, we are set for like one of the most beautiful matches I think that will ever be put, Alijan versus Ivan Matyushenko, if Ivan Matyushenko runs through him. That being said, any piece of conventional wisdom pretty confidently says Morozov should win this. He's, I think, pretty clearly the favorite. I would say maybe 80-20. But when you have a guy where he runs through every guy he's been given, it's hard to say that he will lose. He is beaten everybody very confident. Yeah,
Ivan. Ivan, his match he had against Reno, that was not super comfortable. Like, it was not as easy as Camille match.
Yeah, I think it was 4-1, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
because
4-1.
There was one round he kind of got pressed, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then the other match was, I think, David Arabuli, I want to say, left-handed.
Yeah. That was like full
and he
dominance.
like whacked him. He whacked him.
That was not even close.
Yeah. Would you guys bet on Morozov if both were 115 kilo?
No. At 150 kilo, I'm certain Matyushenko takes it.
One is super heavyweight, one is heavyweight. So that is the biggest advantage. So Ivan is the one that is trying to. I mean, if Ivan wins, can you imagine? 115 kilo guy is becoming the super heavyweight champion.
I think-
like same
and
as
that
like Devon did.
sets up so beautifully for him against Alijan for the 115 kilo left-handed title. Like that would be, and then the winner of that takes on Levan. That would be like the most excited I think I've ever been for a match, maybe ever, from like a arm wrestling standpoint. Like, don't worry
We
about
will
the
have
story,
many
but, like,
great matches, guys. Many great matches. The
Yeah,
left
there's
arm
tons.
competition is still like just happening. You know, like
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
the next year when Levan comes,
Oof.
and then there will be Laletin. Imagine Levan Saginashvili versus Alijan Muradov. I wouldn't underestimate the guy. I
No.
would say Levan is favorite, but I wouldn't underestimate the guy.
No, I wouldn't
Trust
either.
me.
But it's going to be very hard to beat LEVAN on either arm.
I would say 80-20 for Levan, but I'm
Yeah.
saying this now. If I said that match, if you ask me, I would just say I'm organized. I cannot predict.
Yeah.
if
I
Levan
could.
is healthy on the left hand, I will put the house that he wins. I think if his left hand, because his left hand was always better than his right hand. People forget that. He was not a right-handed guy. Before his injury, he left-handed, I think, lost to nobody except for Georgi Spetkov once. His left hand is more impressive than his right hand. So if he were to like be back and he says, I'm healthy, everything's 100%, if he has that left-handed press as well, I feel really, really, really
talking
good
about
for
who? Levan? You're talking about Levan?
Levan left-handed.
Oh, yeah.
If he's
Levan,
feeling good.
Did you know that he had a very serious injury with the wrist?
Yeah.
So whenever he was getting ready for Dennis, I think, and then since then, it is not. His arm is incredible. I think with left arm he was more dominant than his right before he became professional. Yesterday,
Engin agrees with me. He's the expert.
he said that yesterday, and I didn't lose since 2015. I had to remind him. I said, but since 2018, you are not really pulling any left arm. So
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, 6.5 years. So from 2015 to 2019, there was only 4 years. So what even in fact 3.5 years. So, but I really I called him. I put pressure on him. And he said, no, not. I said, how about October? He's like, no, Engin, just let's do next year. Yeah.
I think he's ready right now. His left hand looks so good. Every left hand practice pull I've seen him pull, he looks amazing already.
Him versus Vitali left-handed would be really, really, really.
I will tell you something. Right now, as of now, Vitali would beat him. I know his left arm.
I agree.
I was there when he was training with Irakli. I mean, his wrist didn't look super good, Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
People also said his wrist didn't look good, and then he whacked Devon 4-0. So
no. This is different. This one, his wrist different. Trust me. His wrist. Anyway,
I think the left wrist injury was more serious, was it not, than the right?
Yeah, also
injury?
he didn't train for many years. Trust me, he's just. But the good thing is that if you look at him, his right, left side, not so much difference because every time he does pull-ups, chin-ups, every time he does those barbell curls, he's doing with two arm. But he is not specifically focused on left arm. So let's go to the main event: Hermes Gasparini versus Denis Sblano. Denis Sblano, I saw him training against Kirill Sarchev a week before the East versus West. I saw when Dennis really wanted, he was able to take the risk of Kirill. But sometimes when he waited, he was just, stretch this way. But whenever I asked to Alijan to top roll, he couldn't top roll this way, but he was able to go to pin pad. Levan and Hermes think that, it doesn't really matter as long as he goes to the pad, And so what are your take? I won't be surprised if it is a very tough match. Majority of people says that Hermes is going to win, but if Hermes makes any mistake, it can become a nightmare. What do you guys think?
That's
absolutely.
Sorry. Go ahead, Daniel.
No, carry on, Skyler, please. You first, my friend.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what I see. I think that Hermes is the favorite, but he can't make any mistakes. But I definitely think he's going to knock Dennis off center, and you're going to kind of see Dennis holding on, probably like he did against Devon. Does Hermes have the tools to work through, Dennis's wrist and cup the way Devon did? Can he come in and jump on his pronator and sit there and then roll back out? Can he work all those angles to
He
work through
can.
Dennis.
He can,
If he can,
but will he do that? Like, because
yes,
I know
that's what
he's
I'm saying.
capable of, yeah.
If he becomes impatient, it could be a
Yeah.
problem. It could
Yeah.
be a problem if he becomes impatient. I don't think that he will, just because Hermes does have weapons. I mean, obviously his back pressure and outside game is so good, and then he obviously has the press as well. We've seen that against Vitali. So it's just going to be very hard for Dennis to beat him, I think. But you know, if Dennis wears him out enough and Hermes makes a few minor mistakes, then we could see a really good match and Dennis could possibly win. I mean, you never know, but I do see a 60-40 Hermes in that match for sure.
Right. So, I mean, obviously, Dennis has the experience. Dennis has the confidence on the table because he has, I mean, tons of experience. He is what he is. But, I mean, obviously, I would support Hermes. I mean, sei italiano, forza Italia. Punto. Punto. It's right that, I mean, you cannot really tell this because you are not able to read the Hermes mind when he's on the table. But in the past, obviously, you could see that maybe he was a little bit hesitating, right? And I'm buying the point of if he commits a mistake and he gets nervous, lose confidence on himself, he could really have a problem. But obviously, Hermes is not new in this sport at all. He's there for many years, and now he has a lot of experience pulling with big names and so on. He has improved a lot since he lost against DEVON. So I think obviously that Hermes is gonna win. He's going 100%, and that's it. I mean, Dennis could surprise us, yes, but I'm going with DEVON. With DEVON. With Hermes. Claramente, Hermes.
Devon is Superman. He can even win a match between Hermes and Dennis.
Yeah, he wins matches that he's not a part of.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
Henry.
right. So I hate constantly giving these arrogant, confident predictions. But I
Okay.
literally
No, you don't hate it. Come on, just don't tell us.
Yeah.
Well, I hate it.
You
I
love
hate it.
You love it.
No. I hate it because if it is a little bit close, I look dumb, even if I'm right. But
No.
I have to be arrogant and confident again. I am almost certain that Hermes is just gonna absolutely run through Dennis. When I close my eyes and I imagine the match, I don't see how Dennis Saplenkov actually pins Hermes. I could see him kind of stopping him, maybe, but like,
yeah, don't show your arm like this. Show like more like this.
no.
No. Dennis's pronator will stay here. If it goes this way,
I agree.
I don't think they will go like this.
He'll lose the cup, but he won't
very
lose the
strong.
pronation.
The way I think it goes, I think Irma's back pressure would instantly pull him to his side, and then I think he'll maybe side pressure. Maybe he'll have a little resistance and he can transfer to the press, but like Dennis would somehow need to have some center table strength that is like leagues above how it was against DEVON. I'm not saying he can't train up and get way better, and I also think Dennis' endurance will be much better than Hermes. So
Okay,
if it kind of were to stop, and maybe, I don't know, but I'm quite convicted Hermes will win.
Alijan answered.
Hermes.
Alijan answered, and he said what he said to Hermes. Are you guys curious?
Pineapple belongs on
absolutely.
pizza. Is that what he said?
He said bad moments. because because Hermes says that when you have bad moments, you look at your bicep and you feel good. He said the bad moments. This is what he said.
That is hilarious. That is awesome.
He said yeah.
Quick question, nothing related to arm wrestling, but talking about Hermes and Italia. Sorry guys, I need to ask this. Have you ever tried carbonara?
What did you say?
So.
Have you ever tried carbonara? Pasta alla carbonara.
What's he saying? Are you speaking?
It's a type of pasta.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I mean, I might have, but not that I know of.
All right.
What is it exactly?
It's probably one of the most traditional of famous recipes from Italy.
Okay.
It's basically done with the pasta obviously and the sauce, which is pecorino, egg, guanciale. Guanciale is like the kind of bacon from the face and the neck of the pork, and a bit of pepper. Yeah, it's super tasty, super traditional. So it's like
sounds great.
Just wondering, like, if you ever try, yeah, just because
Well, when I
thinking
feel
of
like
Hermes and Italy, I start to think about food. So I was like, yeah.
When I come to Italy, I will definitely be up for that because that is on the agenda for us.
Yeah.
I feel
So,
like
Daniel,
I
when I
probably
come there,
have
I'll have
just
to get
living in
hold of you.
LA. I live in LA, so like there's all kinds of like I guess authentic food from around the world. So I've probably had it before, and I maybe just don't even remember, but I don't know.
Okay, guys, slowly. It's just been 1 hour and almost 15 minutes. And guys, people ask me, like, is there anything with the reaction of this guy? Is there anything money involved paid? I said, yes, there is money involved. The guy paid me $1,500 to be VIP.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's great, Egan. That's great. That's exactly
Yeah.
what you should be saying.
Now, Engin,
Yeah,
I think
right.
next time, I understand you will not pay me, but I maybe get a discount. Next time it's like 1,000
1,000.
for me to come back.
As long as you
He
have the
knows how
same
to
reaction.
business, yeah.
Yeah, but I will sit there and I will do the exact same things again, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Skyler. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much, Henry. It is always great to talk with you guys, and maybe we can do one more before the East versus West 13, 14, whatever, you know. And
I still want to come on and talk about the 13 keys of arm wrestling sometime because I know they're here. So
Yeah. Okay, them, can you like in 2 minutes shortly say, and then we talk maybe with
I'll give a very short explanation. So the 13 keys of arm wrestling is a prediction model based on the 13 keys to the White House, which predicts American presidential elections. I have a background in predicting American politics and predicting movements in financial markets. And the 13 keys to the White House is predict on earthquake prediction. So I made a model that predicts arm wrestling matches. It went 5 for 5 at the latest event, predicting every single match, all of the big matches. And then it retroactively has gone 31 and 32, predicting the biggest matches from the last year. I believe that this prediction model will be fairly well known in the community in maybe 1 year from now when it shows that it is very, very, very good at predicting matches. But it has 13 questions that I answer the exact same way every single time into the past and into the future that can help you predict arm wrestling matches better. So most people, when they make their predictions, they'll look at 1 or 2 data points. I like backing up, looking at the whole forest, not just one tree, looking at the whole story of the match, analyzing all of the different things to make the very best unbiased predictions possible.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Anyways,
I have
guys.
made wait, one last thing. I made predictions for King of the Table 11, so I guess if I come back on, I will share those predictions, how I got to them, and a little bit more about how the model was designed.
Excellent.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you, guys, and you all take care. Tell to your families. I say hello,
Yep.
and then
Thank
You as well,
see you
Ingen.
guys
Thank you
next
so much
time.
again. Thank you, Henry.
You're welcome. Thank you for
All right.
coming.
Thanks for having us on.
Thank you very much,
Appreciate
Ingen.
it.
You have a good one.
Take care, guys.
Yep.
Ciao, ciao.
Have a good day,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.